So with Red MC coming out for 2K14, one of the things that everyone loves to do is try to convert the last year's game to the current year's game, or last year's roster, and upconvert it to 2K14, let's say. So 2K13 to 2K14. I'm going to show you real quick how to do it. So get a roster from 2K14, and if you have the modding interfaces, you can open up multiple rosters at once. If you're going to need to have some licenses, if you're going to do the teams and the arenas tabs and everything. The PN4 right here tells you it's a 2K14 file, and I think I have one in here. Yeah, 2K13, and we'll convert B. Edwards Roy's his nice post-draft roster from 2K13 from the PS3 version. And as you see, PN3 means that it's a 2K13 file. So basically what you need to do is just try to line up column by column. So ASAID, ASAID. The problem is that obviously they don't match directly up. Now ASAID, position, second position, height, weight, ASA, position, height, weight, all kind of line up like that. And you'll get stretches like that where they do work like that. The easiest way to do this is export to CSV, and just this tab. We'll start just with this tab, and bed. Bed. Close it up. Go over to where you're saving these things, and bed, and load it up. And as you can see, we have all these extra lines in between all the values. We want to get rid of that. So let's do a data filter. Oop, not auto filter. Cancel that. Data filter, standard filter. We want it to be not empty. There we go. Cool. So now we have all this in a spreadsheet that we can just copy and paste into the tool. This is a way to get around the requirement of having modding interfaces to have multiple files open at the same time. You can also go through and hide even more of these, I believe. And then you should still be able to copy and paste these in. Yep. So just go through and just copy them in one by one by one by one. Do the nicknames if you really want to. And then for these, you just kind of gotta, one by one, just really check to see if this is actually going to go over or not. So as I said in the NST video, is regular NBA is now kind of is regular. And then you can do the drafting and draftees. ASAID, if you want to, you can go ahead and update that. Positions, of course, we want to update those. And essentially, you have to go through this entire thing like this. Now, there are ways to kind of automate this. So let's go ahead and completely screw up this tutorial by showing something that's incomplete. I think I put in desktop temp. As you can see, I've gotten very happy with fuck it. Is it under test? I think this is it. So what I kind of did was I matched up all of the column names and sorted them out and tried to put in some BS factors in between them. It doesn't account for SIG skills or anything. And this is something I really don't even want to release just because it's so buggy and it was so quick just to get the Community Ballas mod converted over, as you can see up here. So what I did was, if I just go ahead and show this, I took the spreadsheet and just said it references sheet 4 and different values on sheet 4. And every once in a while you'll get a 0 because it's referencing a 0 in the other sheet and not the other, not actual value. And on sheet 4, if you go over here, this is where you just import in a 2K13 players file. So we got this. Let's go ahead and import this in. Whoa, we went too far. One more try. So go ahead and just select all of it. Last name, and we'll just paste that right here. And I'm sure this will take a second. And then if I go over to this tab, here we can see all of the other, there it is, Jrue Holiday. This is the 2K13 roster, and it's all converted for 2K14. So I can just select here, copy all of it, come back over here, and paste it in. And as you can see, we have some issues with nickname ID and all that stuff, and the other ID and everything, but there's no real good way to do this. But essentially you just need to really just line up the columns and bring them over one by one by one. It's nothing easy. If it was, we'd have an easier way to do this. If you guys really want this sheet, I could send it to you, but it really doesn't work that well. And this is how I did it. This is a 2K13 tab. This is a 2K14, not tab, the column names. And so I went through and matched them up one by one by one by one. So this is the base number or lettering. This is 2K14 lettering. So you can see I took is regular NBA and put it as is regular. C to C, D to D. Hand works as both hand and dunk hand. And I just kind of lined them up like this. It doesn't really work that well. It really doesn't. If you're going to convert a 2K13 roster to 2K14, you're going to really be better off doing this manually, column by column by column by column. It takes a bit. It's nothing that can happen just like that. And even after I did this kind of conversion thing, there was still a lot of, as you can see, I used standard layup from last year to all the new layup ratings. Even when I did this automatic conversion, I had a lot of things to just go through and fix up to make it work better, and it still ain't working. That's why I haven't released a Community Ballers mod yet, because I'm probably just going to have to restart it from scratch, which is unfortunate. But yeah, I wanted to at least share it with you guys. This is the way to do it if you want to convert from last year's game. Just remember that the numbering for all the animations and the numbering for the signature skills is all different and changed. So keep that in mind. I hope this helped, and I will see you guys in the next video.